Hello and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News on this Tuesday, October 14th. I'm Grant Olson. Here are some of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Fire crews are gaining a tighter and tighter grip on the two large wildfires burning in the vicinity of Wenatchee. A rollover wreck that left a dump truck on its side north of Orondo tied up traffic for a few hours this morning. Expect sunny and really nice fall weather through Friday with showers moving back this weekend. Your full local weather forecast is coming up. Weeks after his skeletal remains were discovered on a rugged mountainside west of Leavenworth, the criminal case against accused child murderer Travis Decker has been dismissed. The 32-year-old Wenatchee man had been sought by police for more than 3 months after the bodies of his daughters, Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia Decker, were discovered at a National Forest campsite along Icicle Creek. The three sisters ranged from 5 to 9 years old. Despite a far-ranging manhunt, it wasn't until September 18th that Decker's remains were found on Grindstone Mountain, 3/4 of a mile from the murder scene. After DNA testing confirmed the bones belonged to Travis Decker, Chelan County prosecutors began the steps to remove the 3 charges of first-degree murder and 3 counts of kidnapping that were filed on June 3rd. Judge Travis Brandt signed the order on October 6th, withdrawing the criminal case and quashing the local warrant that sought Decker's arrest. One final criminal charge in federal court will be dismissed later this month at the request of the U.S. Marshals Service, which led the national search for the suspect. Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia were laid to rest with a public memorial service on June 20th. A Kashmir man originally charged in Douglas County with drug homicide is now facing charges in federal court. Our media partner at the Wenatchee World reports that Casey Strain, who's 27 years old, was arrested in August by local law enforcement after a 26-year-old woman was found dead at her home on December 3rd. Strain was charged with controlled substance homicide and delivery of a controlled substance in August. But prosecutors dismissed the case without prejudice last week. Federal prosecutors filed charges against Strain October 9th in the Eastern District Court of Washington on 2 counts of distribution of fentanyl and possession with intent to distribute fentanyl. Sean Lewis, the Douglas County prosecutor, declined to comment to the newspaper today, but court documents cite the federal charges as the cause for the case's dismissal. Fire crews are gaining a tighter and tighter grip on the 2 large wildfires burning in the vicinity of Wenatchee. But even so, they're asking the public to respect trail and road closures that have been put in place during the emergencies. The lower Sugarloaf fire north of Wenatchee is nearly 43,000 acres and 90% contained, while the Labor Mountain fire to the west is a similar size with 30% containment. Evacuations have been lifted around Sugarloaf and lessened at Labor Mountain, but public land closures remain in place for safety and continuing fire operations. District Ranger Holly Crake with the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest explains in this video from the Lower Sugarloaf team.
There's actually 2 types of closure orders that we have in place to protect both air and ground resources. The first is a TFR, or temporary flight restriction. That's utilized to protect the scoopers, air tankers, and helicopters that have been so essential in the firefight on the Lower Sugarloaf fire. The next type of closure that we have is a ground-based closure, and that helps protect hotshot crews, water tenders, dozers, and everyone else helping to contain the fire on the ground. These closure orders are an essential part of making sure that both air and ground crews can do the necessary work to protect communities and stop the fire from growing. However, after the flames go out, there's still quite a bit of work to be done. Specifically on the Lower Sugarloaf fire, there's over 250 miles of repair work of dozer lines and roads that need repair to be in as good a shape after the fire as they were before it. You as the public can help do your part to help us beat the snow and get as much repair work as we can done here in Central Washington on the Lower Sugarloaf fire by staying out of the closure orders that we have in place to help protect those air and ground resources as they do their job. We work daily with the incident management team and local resources to right size and shrink those closure orders just as quickly as we can. Considering factors like where has repair work already been completed, do we have additional resources like graders or gravel trucks that need to be working on narrow roads in the forest, and what are those critical accesses and needs that the public has as well to enter the forest. Those are all things that we consider as we work to get the public back into public lands just as fast and as safely as we can.
When we come back, a 42-year-old teacher at a Coulee Dam elementary school was arrested Monday as part of a police operation targeting alleged online predators. And a teenage Moses Lake driver was injured Monday when she allegedly passed through a stop sign at a highway intersection south of Ephrata and was struck from the side. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Is your yard outdated, overgrown, or just not working for your lifestyle? At Bailey's Pro Landscaping, they specialize in transforming ordinary outdoor spaces into beautiful, low-maintenance landscapes built for Central Washington living. From custom designs to full installation, they bring expertise, creativity, and craftsmanship to every job. Your yard has potential. Start your project with Bailey's Pro Landscaping.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
A dump truck driver who slammed on his brakes to avoid two vehicles entering Highway 97 was injured today after his vehicle rolled on its side. The crash north of Orondo tied up highway traffic for a few hours this morning. It happened shortly before 8 a.m. near the intersection with Sandy Shores Drive when two other drivers suddenly turned onto the highway from a dirt access road. The northbound dump truck braked and swerved, falling onto its passenger side. The 58-year-old driver from East Wenatchee was taken by a private car to Lake Chelan Health for treatment. Police are still looking for the two other vehicles involved in the accident. A 42-year-old teacher at a Coulee Dam elementary school was arrested Monday as a part of a police operation targeting alleged online predators. The Kittitas County Sheriff's Office says Ross Ashenfelter faced possible charges of communicating with a minor for immoral purposes. Ashenfelter was arrested while working at the school during the class holiday. Detectives say Ashenfelter interacted online with a detective who was posing as a minor. He was taken for booking at the Kittitas County Jail in Ellensburg. A teenage Moses Lake driver was injured Monday when she allegedly passed through a stop sign at a highway intersection south of Ephrata and was struck from the side. The Washington State Patrol says Naya Whitfield, who's 18, was headed south on Highway 17 at the intersection with Highway 282 about 6:40 p.m. Her Ford Taurus allegedly missed the stop sign and was struck in the intersection by a northbound Jeep Grand Cherokee. The three occupants of the Jeep were unharmed, but Whitfield was injured and taken by a Life Flight air ambulance to Cadlick Medical Center in Richland. The precise cause of the crash is under investigation, although drugs or alcohol are not suspected. Coming up next, yesterday was the dedication of the Piscosa Plaza in Memorial Park. We'll take you there in tonight's feature story. Beautiful fall weather is expected through the week with rain showers on tap this weekend. I'll have your local weather details coming up, as well as Eric Cranstrom with a look at all the day's sports action as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after these messages.
Welcome to Mountain Chick Floral, your go-to flower and plant shop in downtown Wenatchee. Explore their wide variety of unusual and fun plants. And when you buy a plant in a container, they'll pot it up for you absolutely free. Birthday or weddings, they'll create the perfect floral arrangement for you. Brighten up your office with fresh blooms delivered to your door or business. Ask about floral subscriptions. Visit Mountain Chick Floral today, where every occasion is a reason to celebrate with flowers.
Merry Maids can clean your entire home, business, or vacation rental from top to bottom, inside and out. Merry Maids will even take care of cleaning your carpets, and they can pressure wash your home. Merry Maids has thousands of happy customers. They've been cleaning homes and businesses in our valley for over 25 years. Check out their glowing reviews at merrymaidesofwenatchee.com and call the cleaning experts, Merry Maids, to get your free estimate. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. So relax, it's done.
In tonight's feature story, about 300 people, many of them members of the Colville Confederated Tribes, turned out Monday for the dedication of Piscosa Plaza in Wenatchee's Memorial Park. The Art Plaza celebrates the heritage of the Piscosa tribe of Indians, the early inhabitants of the valley who were also called the Wenatchee. The centerpiece is a statue of Chief John Harmelt, the last hereditary leader of the tribe. Monday was Indigenous Peoples Day, and the event was marked with prayers and songs given in the Wenatchee language.
This statue, that's my great-great-grandfather. Long time ago, our people used to camp here. It used to be an area for all the Indians come meet, like Icicle, and salmon fishing grounds. But we loved this valley. My grandfather, great-grandfather, John Harmelt, he was the last chief of the Wenatchees. He fought hard to try to keep our homeland here secure for us. But eventually the government sent us to reservations, Colville and Yakima. I always loved the valley here. My mom used to bring me down here when I was a little boy. We used to go up and all over the mountains, pick berries. A lot of fun, a lot of stories in this valley. I appreciate the people of this valley, yet give honor to my great-grandfather. I wish we could call it home again, but as we get older, probably won't see it. But today is a good day. And great-grandfather is probably smiling down on us.
The Piscosa were known as the Wenatchee tribe, our city's name. Wenatchee carries that legacy forward, embedded in our city identity. This is really a call of reflection and unity. May the plaza inspire you as all gathering place, a space of learning, symbol, partnerships, and lasting unity.
It's a huge honor to be here with you and to share art and to share in your history. Public art is always a really amazing chance to connect with the community, and an honor as an artist to get to do this. And in this case, just really deeply moved by the trust of the tribe and the community to create art symbolizing this history and these people. So I learned a lot in the process. I'm really happy with the result and the way that this all came together.
Being a part of this project has been very very honoring for me to be, you know, the symbolism and things. But the thing is that it is still evolving. The sculpture is still evolving. So what you see there is basically what I call a prototype. So it's the first time I've seen a sculpture life size in the real world, you know, the way it's supposed to be, and it will continually to evolve from there. But I feel so privileged to be in the company of these two gentlemen here that are so talented, and I know that their hearts as well as their souls are in this project as well.
For me, as a young boy, I remember coming to the Leavenworth, Wenatchee area, dancing in the powwows that we used to have there. And I grew up fishing on the Icicle River with my father as well. And overall, pretty much this project for me is a dedication to him. He was an artist and we lost him in 2012. And for me, it was just coming full circle to have this project, you know, come about. We believe in our beliefs a lot about life moving in circles. And for me, this project brought a lot of our family history into light that we didn't really speak and talk about, but the fact and how we're related to all the families here. I myself and my children as well, and along with John and some of the other people here, we are the great grandchildren of Ellen, which was Chief Hartmelt's wife. And to me, that's what this whole project is about, being able to come full circle, being a part of this, being able to contribute, and sharing this moment with all of you guys that managed to be here today as well.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a fantastic Tuesday. Really a nice one out there after a pretty chilly start, but we enjoyed a lot of that blue sky today, clean air out there. It was so nice with temperatures still a little bit cooler than they should be this time of year, but a beautiful shot outside our weather window down at the Wenatchee Valley. I'll tell you, those frosty mornings that we saw this morning, I had it on my grass front and backyard, and you're going to see that the next couple of days, Tuesday through Thursday. A frost advisory, especially for you folks in the Columbia Basin, Ephrata, Quincy, and Moses Lake. Could see a hard freeze for the valleys also of northeast Washington. And we could see a little bit of that too with 30-degree overnight lows in our forecast. 58 unofficially our high temperature today. 62 is our normal high for this time of year. 77 our record high, and that was set back in 1961. Yeah, it was cold this morning, not quite freezing, but very close to it. 34 here in the Wenatchee area. 42 is our normal low, and our record low, 25 degrees, and that was set in 1969. Sunrise 7:19 this morning, and it sets this evening at 6:14. Let's get you into those Wednesday temperatures. Things are going to warm up. It's going to be a nice week ahead. 60, that should be 63 as well for Moses Lake. Also Ephrata and Quincy. A little bit cooler in Wenatchee. Eniat, Chelan will see 62. We'll be about 62 in Wenatchee. I should say 63 in Chelan tomorrow. 60 in Leavenworth, and 61 the high temperature tomorrow for you folks in Cashmere. Tonight we do expect clear skies, and that's part of the reason we're going to get so chilly tonight. And the main reason, that area of high pressure is keeping our skies clear over the Pacific Northwest. We'll see lows tonight, as we mentioned, mid to upper 30s, maybe upper 30s. I think it'll be closer to those mid 30s. For Wednesday, sunshine throughout the state, maybe just a wisp of clouds through the central part of Washington. Be a little bit warmer with high temperatures tomorrow, jumping up into those low 60s. For Thursday, it's going to be a beautiful day. Maybe some high clouds in central Washington. High temperatures into the low and mid 60s once again. I think we'll be closer to the mid 60s on Thursday. So so that will actually be above normal. And then to end our week on Friday, maybe some breezy conditions, especially in the afternoon as a weak cold front passes through the state. Going to stay on the mild side, though, for Friday with high temperatures once again in the low 60s. And then as we get into the weekend, our weather changes because of this large area of low pressure. It's bringing a cold front with it. We're going to see about a 70% chance of mainly afternoon and evening rain showers. High temperatures about normal for Saturday at 60 degrees. And for your Sunday, mostly cloudy skies. That low will move all the way over into Alberta and Saskatchewan. Maybe some leftover showers on Sunday. About a 50-50 chance for rain Sunday with highs in the upper 50s. And then by the end of our forecast on Monday, partly cloudy and seasonal. High pressure takes over once again of our weather picture, and we'll see highs about normal right around 60 degrees. All right, time for your 7-day forecast brought to you by Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, where comfort, care, and community come together. And get ready for a cold one once again tonight. 37 overnight, 62 tomorrow, sunny and 63 on Thursday. Just a few more clouds for Football Friday. We'll see a high temperature of 62, and then as we get you into the weekend, things change on us once again. About a 50 to 70% chance of rain Saturday and Sunday. Sunday will cool off into the upper 50s and stay there as we get you into Monday with partly cloudy skies and a high temperature of 59. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. The Medicare annual enrollment period runs October 15th through December 7th, and this year brings important changes to Medicare and prescription drug costs. I offer no-cost plan reviews to help you compare benefits and be confident in your coverage for the year ahead. I've specialized in Medicare insurance for nearly a decade and would love to assist you. Call or visit me today at my office in Wenatchee.
And a good Tuesday to you. Mariner fans have to be pinching themselves right now, not fully believing that their team is up 2-0 in the ALCS. It's true. Seattle smacked 3 home runs in Downing Toronto on the road yesterday, 10-3 at Rogers Center. Julio Rodriguez started the barrage in the top of the first with a 3-run homer. After the Blue Jays tied it, the Mariners came right back with homers by Jorge Polanco and Josh Naylor to grab a commanding lead in the best-of-7 series.
Here's his 1-2. Rodriguez hooks one in the air down the line. If it's fair, it's got a chance, and it's gone. Julio Rodriguez with a 3-run shot in the first inning. Totally different story for Trey Savage. In his second postseason start, he gets punched right away. Rodriguez hits it out, and if you start getting that power like they did for a lot of the regular season, look out. Pat on his knee. He's going to move the runner up here at least. Close play at first, and it's thrown behind him. Blue Jays on the board. Lucas puts it in play. Naylor's feed was behind Gilbert, and it's 3-1. Line drive, right center, 3-2 as the Blue Jays have bounced right back. Kirk drives in Lucas. Toronto's already got more runs in Game 2 than they had in 9 innings in Game 1. Ball and a strike. Lucas muscles one up the middle, and they've tied it. Springer goes first to third. Lucas knocks in another. Off of the deck and tied up at 3. And then there was a wooden bat laying around the house. That's how he got his first accent, with a full-size wooden bat. Dribbled in play, rounded to first, in time. Cal Raleigh able to get Clement on that swinging bunt.
And this was some kind of play, coming from the dirt and going to the turf. They earn their money back there. I know his teammates, you love to give catchers grief, but deep down you realize what an incredible role it is.
Shot to right center field. Varsho on the run. He's at the track. He's at the wall. It's gone! It's Polanco again! Jorge Polanco is owning October for the Mariners. He's given them a 6-3 lead.
When we see this replay, you're going to see one of the prettiest swings to the ball, short and in the zone. You cannot have a huge swing against a velocity fastball like Varland's.
And so just a little bit of get fair.
Smothered by Naylor.
A little bit
What
of
a
miscommunication there, I guess, with me and Fonzie.
All right, guys, what a play right there by Josh Naylor. And coming off what we just saw, it looked like he was hurting his last time up there. Diving stop to get George Springer for the first out of the fifth. Looked like it had eyes for right field, but Naylor was there.
Great play.
Flips it into left center field. It's down for a base hit to score Rivas. Crawford does what the situation calls for. Puts it in play with 2 strikes and brings him in. 7-3 Seattle. Flied to deep right field. Back goes Lucas at the wall. Goodbye! Third home run of the game for the Mariners, blasting their way through game 2. They lead it 9-3. It's the third hit of the game for Josh Naylor, who has shown all the things that he brings. The bat to ball, the stolen base, and now the power. At a stadium where he went deep when he was a high schooler. Now as a big leaguer. The wrong group to not have great stuff against. Fly to center field. Varsho comes on to make the grab. Here comes Suarez. Throw to the plate from Varsho's cut off after the shoulder surgery that he had in the offseason. He has the weakest throwing arm in the American League. And so a sacrifice fly for J.P. Crawford. Grounded to third. Suarez has it to second. 1 to first. 2 to Seattle. 2-0. Who would have thought the Mariners would come in here? You'd figure running out of steam with not much in the tank. They had plenty and have firm control of this championship series.
Seattle returns home to host Toronto in Game 3. That'll be tomorrow at 5:08 in the afternoon on FS1. Dodgers edge Milwaukee 2-1 to take Game 1 of their NLCS. Game 2 tonight in Milwaukee. That game underway on TBS. Well, Seahawks coach Mike Macdonald noted a much better performance by his defense in Sunday's 20-12 win at Jacksonville. Biggest improvement, according to coach, was tackling. He added that the play of Leonard Williams up front continues to be a key factor on almost every down.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know the stats, but the guy played a tremendous game yesterday. Set a lot of those guys up for success. Playing at a really high level. Whole front played great. And the effect that he's had with our, especially our young offensive linemen over the course of the season has been really cool. That really all of our defensive linemen and veteran offensive line guys, willing to sharpen each other has just been a 12-1 type of thing. Pretty cool.
Seattle's back home on Monday night football against the Houston Texans, who are coming off of a bye. Girls soccer version of the Backyard Brawl was held yesterday between Omak and Okanagan. The Bulldogs came out on top of the Pioneers by a final of 2-1. Busy soccer scheduled today, already underway with Moses Lake on the road at Davis. Brewster's hosting Tonasket. Manson traveling to Bridgeport. Liberty Bell visits Lake Roosevelt, while Oroville hosts Pateros. The night games feature Toppenish at Ephrata. Quincy hosting Sela. Cashmere visits Connell. Cascade hosts Chelan. And Wenatchee plays at West Valley. Prep volleyball last night. Kittitas swept Cascade in 3 sets. Soap Lake got by Waterville Mansfield 3-2, and Pateros blanked Bridgeport. Today's schedule has Pateros at Easton. The rest of the matches start at 6:30 with Wenatchee hosting West Valley. Davis visits Moses Lake. Ephrata is at Toppenish. Quincy's on the road at Tri-Cities Prep. Cashmere travels to Connell. Chelan hosts Omak. Cascade visits Bridgeport. Okanagan takes on Tonasket. Brewster hosts Lake Roosevelt. Eliot plays at Oroville, and Garden City Academy is hosting Cascade Christian. Well, as Wenatchee tries to extend its 7-match winning streak tonight against West Valley, NCWLIFE channel will be there broadcasting live. Join yours truly with the play-by-play starting at 6:30. We'll have the call back at Wenatchee High School on Thursday night for more volleyball as the Panthers host Ellensburg. Latest coaches poll had Wenatchee ranked 4th in the 4A. The Bulldogs ranked 3rd in 2A. Join me for all the action Thursday night starting at 6:30. And coming up on Friday, it's the showdown for first place of the Big Nine as Eastmont hosts Moses Lake. I'll be joined with Grant Olson with your play-by-play. Pregame ceremony gets underway at 6:30. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Tuesday.
And that will do it for this Tuesday edition of the NCW Life Evening News. Remember, if you see news happening, let us know. Email your news tips to news@ncwlife.com or just give us a call at 888-6295. Our channel is also now available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great night.